This is Joseph Barone of A Fool for Learning. Our foolish thought for today is, La Dolce Vita means excellent customer service. Before I begin, I want to make a correction from my last podcast, which was entitled The Most Important Small Business Owner Trait. It seems that I incorrectly stated the name of the sponsor of the networking event. The correct name of the sponsor is the Greater Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce. And so I want to apologize to the Chamber and the members for this error. So let's begin. Now, I know what you're going to say to me, Joseph, you should know better. La Dolce Vita does not mean excellent customer service. It's one of those common Italian phrases that everyone knows to mean the good life. Or, if you're into the cinema, it's the name of a Federico Fellini movie from 1960. Be that as it may, La Dolce Vita is a restaurant in Long Neck, Delaware that I visited with my wife a few weeks ago and wanted to tell you of my experience. Shortly after we sat down, an elderly man came up to our table, welcomed us, and introduced himself as the owner. His name was Vincenzo. We introduced ourselves to Vincenzo, and he told us that 1, the food was all prepared on site. 2, we cook it for you like we would for our family. And 3, that we should expect to be treated like family. Vincenzo then proceeded to walk over to each of the newly seated patrons and welcome them. The regulars, and there were many, were greeted with hugs and kisses. What I found amazing was that he visited each table at least 3 times during the evening. Shortly after being seated, just before dinner arrived, and after dinner was finished. In fact, he even remembered my name throughout the evening each time he came to our table. Has this ever happened to you? How many times has the owner, manager of a restaurant come to your table and introduced him or herself? In most instances, I'm lucky if the manager owner comes over once. However, 3 times is just outstanding. Think about this in relation to the work you do and maybe to your employees. For example, do you or your HR department ever check in with your staff on a regular basis? A recent survey of 500 full-time employees across a variety of different industries showed that 50% of them were never contacted by their HR department after their new staff orientation. And by the way, this statistic was taken from a Q4 2020 National Employee Journey Survey taken by Evive. I hope I'm pronouncing that name of the company correctly. The purpose of the survey was to examine how employees feel they are treated at each stage of their employee journey. So, what does this all have to do with La Dolce Vita, Vincenzo, and customer service? Very simple. If you want your company employees and customers to have a La Dolce Vita experience, aka the good life or a good working experience, you need to provide excellent customer service by checking in with them on a regular basis. Once is simply not enough. Something to think about. Finally, one last note before I close this podcast. This will be my last one until September of 2021. Last year, I took the summer off from podcasting and found that it was an excellent time to recharge the battery, so to speak. And so I'm going to be taking the summer off, but however, I will be periodically posting what I consider to be the best of my Foolish Thoughts podcasts on LinkedIn. So you can check out those there if you missed any particular ones. To learn more about A Fool for Learning and how I can assist you and your organization with an appropriate learning solution to meet your business needs, please visit my website at afoolforlearning.com. This is Joseph Barone, the CEO of A Fool for Learning, signing out. Remember, learn, perform, succeed.